Miya Marcano story. The heartbreaking story of Miya Marcano is being featured on the true crime series at Hometown Tragedy. The documentary digs into the tragic kidnapping and death of a 19-year-old girl and the real change that came from her family's loss. A simple but powerful word used to describe 19-year-old Miya is radiant. Whether it was her alluring eyes, authentic smile, or captivating personality, she was truly the bright star of her family. Her mother described her as the strong glue that kept her father and mother's side close together as she constantly insisted on gatherings. History of the case. In September of 2021, Central Florida was shaken by the sudden and suspicious disappearance of 19-year-old Miya Marcano. The Valencia College student was supposed to be on a flight home the same day, but family members grew quickly terrified when she did not board. Investigation takes disturbing turn days after Marcano was reported missing. 27-year-old Caballero, a maintenance man in the student's apartment building, was found dead from an apparent suicide. Officials said Caballero had expressed a romantic interest in Marcano, which she repeatedly rebuffed. Being from the U.S. Virgin Islands, Miya heavily embraced her family's culture through attending traditional, vibrant, music-filled carnivals. Every year, she chose the most elaborate costume covered in beautiful jewels and rhinestones. Miya placed her makeup perfectly on, danced all throughout the event. The carnivals were truly one of the most enjoyable times for Miya. Marcano's body was found 8 days after she had been reported missing in the area of Timber Scan on the Lake condominiums in Orange County. Family attorney Daryl Washington confirmed to WESH 2 that Marcano had tape around her wrists and feet, as well as tape on her mouth when her body was discovered. The family's grief was mixed with anger at the apartment complex. Arden Vilas, for not protecting her from Caballero, then they should really consider who they're hiring because this could have all been avoided. Marcano's cousin Kylie Sue said, controversy surrounds police, apartment. Marcano's family claimed that the local authorities did not take her disappearance as seriously as they should have the night she went missing. According to the family's lawyer, a security guard attempted to give deputies fingerprints he lifted from Marcano's window, refused and said, "This isn't a high-priority case." Family members also said they were not taken seriously by Arden Villas. The family indicated that the way they were treated by the office manager was disheartening, and they felt like she was irritated with their request for help. A release from the law firm stated. The family attorney also stated apartment management had the ability to electronically track the universal key fob Caballero used to enter Marcano's unit, did not understand how the equipment worked. Orange County Sheriff John Mina refuted the family's criticism and defended his department's response to Marcano's case, saying they couldn't detain Caballero based on any hunch. Sadly, detaining Caballero would not change the fact that he left her body at the Timber Scan apartments between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Another part of Miya's life that she thoroughly enjoyed was pursuing her education and in her classes. In September of 2021, she was attending college in Orlando, FL, and shaping her future to become a talented orthopedic surgeon. She lived with a roommate in an apartment complex called Arden Villas Apartments. Although she was living with another person, Miya's father took extra precautions to protect his daughter. Her apartment was a floor level, so he installed strong locks on the windows and gave her mace. As Miya's life fell into place and she got comfortable, year in college, she took a job in the leasing office of her own apartment complex. This job allowed her to stay close to her home while not having to venture off into town alone too much. On September 24th, 2021, Miya was making last-minute arrangements for a carnival event and a trip to Jamaica with her family. Her father purchased her a plane ticket to fly to his home in Fort Lauderdale, FL. From there, the plan was to enjoy the carnival and then travel to Jamaica to enjoy quality family time while mingling on the beach. However, Miya stopped all communication with her family. Her phone turned off, and she never made it to the airport to fly to her father's. Her mother and brother made multiple attempts to reach her through phone calls or text messages, but her cell phone stayed off consistently. Miya, a social media lover and family girl, would never keep her phone off for a long period of time nor panic her family in that manner. With this in mind, Miya's mother see if Miya perhaps was on her way to the airport and forgot her phone. Unfortunately, the apps refused to give out any helpful ride information unless the police inquired about it. After Miya's grandmother in Fort Lauderdale spent hours waiting for her to possibly get off of the flight her family knew she was missing, the roommate allowed officers inside the apartment to conduct a welfare check at the apartment. Miya's bedroom was oddly closed and locked. Police continued around the premises and found her window open, another odd discovery, since her father installed the locks when she moved in. Despite these peculiar findings, police left without suspecting any foul play. Meanwhile, Miya's family wasn't going to settle their search for her at all. Their own criminal investigation began. 7 hours after she went missing, Miya's father and other family members arrived at her apartment and forced their way into her room. The pillows on the bed were in disarray, were disheveled, and there was dried blood on her pillow. More shocking discoveries were found on the floor of her apartment. Miya would always wear a specific chain necklace, but it was found snapped into pieces on the ground. Foul play was beginning to become evident. Her family received a text message from her roommate claiming that the maintenance man Armando Caballero, 27, had a keen eye on Miya for a little while. He made multiple romantic advances at her through buying her gifts. Savings. Miya didn't have the same interest in Armando as he did for her. She politely attempted to decline his offers and keep their friendship as simply cordial co-workers. In the midst of conducting their own personal investigation at her apartment, Miya's family spots Armando walking close by. They cornered him, began recording on their cell phones, and questioned him about Miya's disappearance. He adamantly denied having interest in Miya or knowing where she was, but her family's persistence made him noticeably uncomfortable. The following day, more of Miya's family arrived in town to help search for her. While searching, they saw Armando in the area once again. This time, they decided to secretly follow him back to his home. The family members recorded his movements with their cell phones for a second time. In the video, Armando was seen with latex gloves removing Miya's distinctive pink blanket and a backpack from his vehicle. Her panicked family immediately called authorities, insisting they investigate him further now. When police arrived, there was no sign of any of the evidence Armando discarded, nor did they arrest him again. On September 27, 2021, police received a 911 call stating that someone had committed suicide in a maintenance garage. When the ambulance and police transcended on the scene, they found the body of Armando hanging. He chose that particular location because he used to work there. His suicide was no comfort for Miya's family. In fact, it had the complete opposite effect. They knew his death ultimately meant that the worst possibility must have unfolded against Miya. The demand to find her skyrocketed, and authorities from many different cities collaborated to help with the case. Her friends, family, and the outer community also trucked through areas of long grass and swampy environments. A review of Armando's phone records pinged his location inside of Miya's apartment on the day she went missing, suggesting that he was waiting for her when she got off of work. He was able to gain access using a master key fob he often had for performing maintenance work around the complex. Shortly after her murder, it showed him traveling to another apartment complex where he used to live 18 miles away. Police traced his steps back to that specific location on October 2nd, 2021. After weeks, searchers were finally able to find Miya's partially clothed, decomposing body in a wooded area behind her hands, neck, face, and feet were bound with black duct tape. Her red purse that she always carried on her shoulder was found beside her. Due to the condition of her body, the medical examiner couldn't determine her exact cause of death, but confirmed her manner of death was homicide. Her mother, Miya Marcano, cried. At 19, Miya had her whole life ahead of her. I will never get to see her become an orthopedic surgeon, a wife, a mom. You know, you have your children and you set them up, you put them in a world. You try your best to protect them, and then for somebody to feel that they have the right to take that from you. Miya's law aims to improve tenant safety. In June of 2022, Gov. Ron DeSantis signed Miya's law, named for Miya Marcano, at a private signing with the Marcano family in Tallahassee. SB 898 looks to improve tenant safety by tightening apartment security measures through required background screenings of employees. Keys for each apartment must be accounted for and stored properly, and advance notice must be given before maintenance and repair workers are allowed to enter a dwelling. Had we had the law in place, it would have been impossible for this person to have a master key. It would have been impossible for this person to pass national background checks. It has stopped gaps we have now we didn't have then. Sen. Linda Stewart Darlando, a sponsor of the bill, said. Marcano's mother, Miya Marcano, said the one goal. The onset of this was to make sure no one has to feel what she lives with every day. And I really hope no other family will have to go through what we are going through now. You never get over it, Marcano said.